works well. From the rainy Amsterdam into the sunny desert. That's quite a change. I'm here to talk to you about our initiative to local. It's a local startup out of Amsterdam, and we want to bring it global. So a better place to start is Dubai. For one reason, I have to come back. Is this the one? Yeah. And what goes forward? The green one, probably. Yeah. I missed out on the safari yesterday, so I need to come back at least one more time. So what's Too Local about? We are starting to build a payment platform, including a loyalty program. We're driving local and sustainable communities, and we want to change to a value-based market with prosperity. So I'm going to tell you in a couple of minutes, a couple of 10 minutes, what does this mean. As we all know, we've looked at, let's say, the environment and see there's a lot of debt. We all know that. The economy is breaking down. I just read over the plane that even the Fed and the ECB is pumping more money into the system, trying to revive the economy. Probably that's not working well. We got a couple of protests here and there, something that got to do with it. And then we got all the protests about the earth is going the wrong way. So basically our time is up. And I think we can contribute with Too Local to solutions that help solve some of the problems. The way we look at it is actually we need to build new communities. And if I look even in the Netherlands or in Europe, we see a lot of communities building that try to exchange goods. We see people that are unbanked, so they don't get credit. We see entrepreneurs that don't get credit, but they still have value to change. So here's the idea, is that we build a platform where people can exchange sustainable goods, but we don't put a lot of money into the banking system or lose a lot of money in the banking system. We don't charge interest rates. So basically, when goods are exchanged, there will be cash back to everyone who participate in that community. How is that done? There is a marketplace built into an app that's very, let's say, modernized. And you can pay. That's why we are here, supported by a blockchain. And we have a coin that needs to drive all this, the Too Local coin. So with that, we have the ingredients to build communities, not only locally, but actually globally, because we need a currency that is sort of widely accepted, and that will be the challenge for us to achieve. So what would you like to achieve in the long term? A lot of communities around the world. Last week we were in London, and we had a similar initiative for somebody who wants to open up Africa with building local communities and making sure that they can exchange durable goods and exchange money as well. The second point is growth by value. What do I mean with this? If you look to a lot of markets, it's like a price competition. You start producing into your own country. When it becomes too expensive, you move to another country where it's cheaper, and at the end, you get everything at the lowest price, but at a cost, and the cost is the environment. We don't have to pay for environment. We don't have to pay for emissions. And of course, we still debate it, but if you look at the television, I think something is really happening. At least I believe that. And as a father of a family, I get questions from my children that say, what are you doing about the environment? And then I need to have an answer, otherwise they don't think me as a credible example for them to follow. So basically, our belief comes not only from the technology, but also that we can create a new sort of wealth, maybe a wealth that's created, let's say, outside the US dollar, outside oil, outside, let's say, all the sources that we use to build the credit system as we have it today. So, of course, you need a business model. So we build a platform. That's one thing. That's difficult, but not too easy. That's easy, but not too difficult. As I said, the building blocks are a cashback system, the marketplace, payment, and 2 local coins. And then, of course, we need to get it out. If we go to a bank and ask a lot of credit, that will not work. So we plan to have an ICO in the short term, launch our coin, and then 3 months later, we have an initial exchange offering. Is to create the revenue, is to start building up this application. What are we going to do with it? We're going to buy our own coins, of course. We fund a cashback system, because if people exchange goods, they get some money back. That needs to be there. And of course, if you have a coin, you have to back it up. So there are ideas in other initiatives where they back it up with sustainable gold. We do it differently. We use some of the money in fiat terms. And the other parts, we're going to invest in bonds of sustainable companies. So it becomes a very clean system in that sense. And of course, another 30% will be into operations, because once you have a platform, you have to grow, and it needs more capacity and more systems. How does it look like that? Like a total hard cap on the coin is like 30 million. We have fractional prices. So let's say once you start to exchange the money of the coins, it's very easy to buy and sell at different prices. And the circle on the right is actually how we distribute it. All the money, let's say that we raise. Part of it, like the 4% over there, we use for promotion, because we need to get it up and running and well accepted. And then there is the private sale that goes in front of it. And we keep, let's say, for the team, let's say 20 people or so, we reserve some coins for them, because they invest a lot of money or time to get this going. And of course, with every company, there are some investments. What we did so far with all the people and applications, we already invested like $500,000 to $600,000. Probably we estimate that we need to raise another 30 million, so that will be a big challenge. So that's a good place to start here and reach out to the world and to the community to see how we can achieve that. How's the roadmap look like? As you can see, we started in Q1 2018 with the first idea presentations, token development, and so forth. And now we are at Q3, Q4 290. So we just passed the ICO listing, and then preparing for the IEO in 220. And we hope after a testing and auditing phase that we can launch it all in Q4. So that's where we are. And of course, without the big team, we wouldn't be able to get where we are here. For all of you that are interested to learn more, some of them are over here. So we are happy to talk to you during lunch and tell you about all we are doing right now. So with 54 seconds on the clock, I leave it to that and give it back to you.